Episode 4.
Episode 4.
4. Yeah, right on.
4. That's too many. I think we're done now.
We're done.
All right.
Call it quits.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
All right. Sorry, Sean. We're not going to interview you. We just decided to quit.
Cool. I can improv. It's okay.
No, so who do we have today now?
Have Shawn.
Sean. Hi,
Who's
Sean.
the
Hi.
tech guy for Hellscream.
Actually, right now I'm overseeing both buildings.
Yeah, he's overseeing both.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm training Abby right now.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Be a good one.
She does a lot of great work. It's just she needs a little bit of guidance.
Yeah.
Right.
She's still fresh in the industry too. This is what her second or third year now.
Second.
Yeah, second year, and
Yeah.
she's doing good things. So that's good.
Yeah, and I'm teaching her a lot of stuff.
And she gets to learn from you and everybody else. That's
She freaks out too
meandering
when I go nuts in my thing. She's like, "Will you slow down?" No.
No.
there is no slow.
No.
So do you do anything besides fixing and breaking things at the haunts? Do you just come in and fix things and leave, or
No. Well, I build sets.
yeah? You have any cool characters?
A couple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got 3.
yeah,
I got my hillbilly named Billy Joe Jim Bob.
yeah.
Rogers the third.
I
Haven't
love that he has 42 names too.
I haven't played him for 4 or 5 years now, but when we do Blackout here, he's going to come play.
Oh, nice.
I have a bullet hole in my head, and my cheeks all blown out.
Oh,
It's
nice.
actually really cool. Then I have my gender bender Harley Quinn. I do a male Harley Quinn.
Oh,
called-
nice.
Called Sammy.
Ooh,
Nice.
When we did promo last year up at Good Company, I did him, and I just took over the building.
nice.
And Jesse was there. He's like, "Oh my God, what did I do?" And then my signature character is Jeremiah.
Cool. We talked to Chris a little bit earlier, Dr. Von Helton, and he had mentioned Jeremiah. What exactly is Jeremiah? What does he do? I heard that he ran over the doctor's wife.
That was an accident.
So why are you running people's wives over?
He told me not to stop, and I was going wrong, and he said, "Don't stop for anybody." And there's a lady across the street, and I ran her over. Find out it was his wife.
Yeah. So, what kind of horses were on the carriage? You know?
Were they Clydesdales? Were they?
No, just little like regular black stallions.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
He didn't have anything fancy at the time.
Oh.
Oh, so he was just cheap, Dr. Von Helton.
At the time, yeah, he wasn't as powerful as he is now. So
So he was like a strip mall doctor.
kind of. Remember, this is way back when.
Yeah.
This is like in 1880s or
So like the
whatever.
cart
Four
doctor.
rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a cold, Paul. You're dying. Oh, great.
And then he actually is Dr. Von Helton's personal bodyguard.
Oh, nice.
So I walk around with a katana all night long.
So he had also mentioned that none of the monsters leave ever. Are you part of the protection program of the
Yeah, so I
monsters, keeping them inside the house?
No, I protect the monsters in the house too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I oversee like the security program.
Oh. So some of the monsters get rowdy with each other.
Oh
then.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have little powwows. Like, cut that out. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Stop it.
I will hurt you.
So is there any plots to like take over the doctor? Like
No.
are you
I
trying to,
already nixed that a couple
Yeah?
times. Yeah.
Yeah?
There's been a few. I want to overthrow Doctor. No, don't you do that. I will hurt you. You don't want me to hurt you.
Play nice now.
Right?
Yeah. And a lot of them play nice. Generally, everybody's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
So
all have a
how
good
long have
time.
you been with the company, haunting? and
This is
stuff?
my 7th season with Hellscream Entertainment.
Nice. And then is that the only haunt that you've been doing, or have
No.
you done other haunts in the
I
past?
used to do a haunt for a church I built.
Oh, really?
I ran it for 7 years. I logistically had to figure out how to build it in 2 days, run it for a week, and tear it down in a day.
Oh, wow.
It was it was a haunt based on biblical themes.
Ooh, that sounds
That's
terrible.
weird.
No, it's so weird.
It's
That
actually-
sounds so terrible.
I actually did it for a black Baptist church.
Man,
Oh, wow.
They said as long as it's in the Bible, I could do it.
That-
So I was digging through. Some
I
of the
mean, that
crazy-
could get like really interesting if you like.
They only had 2 stipulations. I have the crucifixion and the resurrection. That was all I had to have.
Man,
Other than that was all my interpretation.
that's
So was the
crazy.
crucifixion upside down?
I wish I could have done it that way, but no.
I mean, did you have biblically accurate angels though, with like the 8 million fucking
No,
eyes
we did
floating
not.
around? That would have been cool.
It'd been neat, but we didn't have the type of budget.
You're like, make this thing out of trash bags
Pretty much is what
and
I've done
No,
a haunt
toilet paper.
that's been that way. It was trash bags and
it was.
cardboard.
cardboard and pallets, and that was it.
No, I did pallets, 1x2s, and 8 mil black plastic. That's what I built it out of. And I did like the Demon in the Cemetery deal. The 12 tribes where they cut the lady into 12 pieces and 12 tribe leaders. I did that scene.
Yeah.
I did my interpretation of hell, and everybody wanted to be in there because it was a cool spot. And nobody, and all the people said, "Oh, we're gonna come help. I could be the belly of hell." I'm like, they didn't show up. You can't be in here. Too bad. This is my room.
You didn't want to build it, you can't play in it.
So there's a lot of the stuff in this building that's from my haunt.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
There's that big giant crate that's in by Fluffy,
Oh, okay.
and that's actually out of that haunt.
Oh, nice.
A lot of the pumpkins upstairs and pumpkin force out of there too.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben said, I don't need some stuff. No, here's my home haunt stuff. I'm good.
I love that our big haunt has some home haunt stuff in there. So all the people that always think like, oh, let's go to this big haunt and it has all these big fancy things. No, we maybe a lot of our stuff is trash that we've like glued together and we're like, no, this is gonna look good now.
On a Hellscream, the main desk in the main lobby is from my old job.
Yeah.
They were going to throw it away. I'm like, no, that'll look great over there. It's going to be perfect.
See, that's like the greatest part of haunting is you can reuse and recycle almost everything and anything that you find.
Yes, I do that a lot with everything. It's like, tear something apart. Oh, I can reuse this. Half
We're
the
the
floor.
best at recycling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How many tables would you say in the haunt are actually like doors or other things besides tables?
Probably 15 to 20.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah, see, and that's
Especially in here.
yeah, and that's just a table, you know, and I'm not
Right.
talking like all the other stuff. Like I'm looking at this little scene over here now, and I can see like half that's trash. Like half that we found in a dumpster somewhere and we resprayed it, and now it looks like it's metal.
The big metal thing's an old antenna.
Yeah.
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 And it just, whatever we have, we just re-art it. And this is this now. Cool.
It makes sense though. And
It
looks
works for what
good.
we need.
Yeah.
It's part of the art is making something that doesn't belong and make it part.
Yeah, like you guys asked
of-
Jesse about what he creates for art. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kitchen, the whole stove is made out of the mat with the squishy letters.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all.
That and foam blocks. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And people, no way. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. You can do some pretty crazy stuff with foam.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's literally like little square blocks and you just sprayed it with concrete and you can't tell.
Yeah.
Looks
Some
so
of the
good.
some of the scenes that Jesse's made and other people have made is just like, is that no, we spent money on that. And they're like, no, we spent like $12. And you're like, wait a minute, come on now.
Yeah.
And then now that I'm starting to build more things at like home and stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can do that for like $12. Like, what am I thinking?
Yeah, and then I can't decorate for anything. I suck at decorating.
Yeah.
You give me the hard build, make this happen. Okay, I'll build it. Someone else decorate it, and then I'll light it.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm at. I can decorate for days. I can do some building stuff. Like there's some stuff that I'm like, I probably won't do that. But I can do a little bit of building, but I'm primarily on like the decorating, painting, making it look pretty kind of part of thing.
We can work together
Yeah,
anytime.
see? And that's another thing that I love about our haunt is we have so many multifaceted people that it's not just, oh, I have one talent. It's I have 2 or 3 talents and I have 2 or 3 talents. And okay, well, let's intermingle
Right,
these
all
talents,
comes
you know?
together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
the
see
one-
who's stronger at whatever talent. And
Yeah, the
then-
one room Jesse comes in and says, we need to put a TV on the floor. And he told me that Monday morning. Yeah, we can do it next season. It's okay. He come in Monday afternoon. I had it done. He's like, I told you next season. It's already done. Don't worry about it.
So what is your favorite room you've done?
yeah, over
build.
all of the rooms.
Yeah.
Your
Out of all
absolute
the-
favorite.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
There's so many.
We're bringing the hot questions.
It's
Bringing it tough.
hard to say. I really liked the cannibal room when I did over at the old building. That was
Ooh, that was nice.
that was
Yeah, it
that
was.
was a lot of fun to build.
It was a pain in the ass to take down, but yes.
Oh, I made sure it was going to fall apart. That was why
Yeah, I know. I had taken it apart. That was a pain in
I
the ass.
overbuilt everything. Probably help him build the Von Helton bedroom upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's an amazing room in there with that scene. It's
The bed, the
yeah,
size of it, everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one was really fun. Currently, it's my exorcist room. I put it on airbags.
Oh.
You can't see all the details in it, but the whole room's on airbags.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've been fighting to put a room on airbags for 3 years.
I've been asking them the same thing because I've seen one at a haunt a couple years, like maybe 5, 6 years ago. I walked through one and the whole room like shifted. Like
Yeah.
it would flip
Yeah.
all the way around, and the actor and the customers like bouncing and stuff, and it was the coolest thing. And and as soon as I got to Hellscream, they're like, "Yeah, we take ideas," and I'm like, "Let's spin rooms."
Right.
Okay. I got the idea from
Hope you don't get motion sick.
Right?
Yeah, I got the idea from a haunt in St. Louis when we went up for Transworld, and I'm like, I want to build that. And they said, okay. I was gonna build at the old haunted mines, and they said, no, we can't do it. And they're moving. I'm like, then Jesse comes, can you build that room this year? I'm like, where do you want it? Exorcist room. Okay. And literally, he told me that Monday morning and Tuesday afternoon, I had the room gutted. I'm like, let's go.
Which room? That one? Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
I was gonna put it in the old porch scene, but then they changed it into a coat room. So I'm like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Just kind of fun.
Nice.
And then we haven't finished art in it yet because we're running out of time. Now I'm over here.
Give me 30 minutes.
We were talking about the last episode about doing like a teeth scene where like
Yeah.
someone's getting their teeth pulled out.
Just like a lot of teeth being ripped out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that would really bother a lot of people.
Mhm.
As a builder, what?
That the hard build is the easy part. It's not my end of it that would be the hard part. It's the actual scene of someone pulling the teeth. That's the hard part to do.
Yeah.
Trying to make it last because
And make the room look realistic. Like, is it really a dentist office or is it?
see that's
That's the
that's
real
not
hard
me.
part.
I'm not the decorator, so
Yeah.
that wouldn't be on me. You want to facade? Okay, I can do that. Give me the hard build. Someone else can finish decorating and doing all that. So kind of that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Doing all the hard work, basically.
I do all the hard stuff. Yeah.
Trust me, I've done a couple rooms and I'm like, I don't know how Shawn does the whole season like this. I'm like, I like doing like 1 or 2 rooms a year. That way I can just start from the build and finish all the way to the art part, you know? And then there's Shawn who does like 30 rooms in a season. I'm like, you're a fucking Looney Tune.
But and it's funny because everybody says, well, your time of season's coming. You get to have the fun. I said, no, it's ending. I'm done building.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get to watch people destroy it now.
Yeah, and then I got to go back and repair it. And I'm like, oh,
Pray
no.
nobody comes up to you at the end of the night. Hey, Shawn, so you
I
know that
broke-
wall that you said not to break? It's gone.
Oh, like last year with Ginger and
Yeah, that
she destroyed my countertop.
she was funnier than hell. She came to me first and she was like, I don't want to tell Shawn, but I think I broke the table. And I was like, I'm going to tell Shawn, but he's not going to care. And I'm going to fix it before he even knows about it. And then I did. And then she broke it again that next night. And then she was like, really have to tell Shawn this night. And I was like, I already told him. And literally the next day it was already fixed. And you were like, hey, see, I fixed this table.
Well, no one, she broke the countertop, not the table.
Or yeah.
Yeah.
So she's like, she comes and said, Sean, and I go walking in there and it's all collapsed in on itself and it's just like destroyed. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, did you have fun? She's like, yeah. I says, don't worry about it. And she gave me this look like, what? You're not going to yell at me? I'm like, no, you're doing your job.
It was actually pretty impressive the way that she split that table.
Well, it was all it was all particle board and all that, and it had a big hole in it from it had a big sink in it.
Yeah. But after your first rebuild, like you had reinforced the shit out of
really,
it.
not really. I didn't think it was. I thought it was going to last. And then she was getting really into it that night, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, she had asked and she was like, how much can I get into it? And I said, break the table. And she was like, are you sure? And I'm like, it's a table out of a door. I think we can make some new ones. Again, door tables. And I'm
No,
like,
that
we
was-
have like 10 more doors.
No, that
I
was
think
actually
we can make
that was
a lot.
literally a legit countertop.
Oh, was that a countertop?
Yeah, it was a legit countertop.
shit.
So it was all particle board and it had the whole thing on it. She shattered it. And I'm
Okay,
like,
so that makes
cool.
it more impressive then.
But it's all that particle stuff.
How chaotic is it for you on a really busy night? There's
It-
nights
it-
where we're really, really busy.
It really depends on what goes down.
Yeah.
Every night's different for me. I've had one night where I had to fix this chainsaw and I'm like in chaos mode.
Yeah.
And I've had nights that didn't do anything. The hunt ran perfect. And they
Right.
had like 1,500 people come through. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. This is nice.
Nothing got broke, which is surprising.
Yeah.
'cause I know personally as a runner, I'm always running into shit and
Right.
going.
And
Going
I
hard.
fixed stuff after you.
Yeah. I remember I broke that table in the autopsy room because I like to jump on top of that table.
Oh, with Brittany.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a good way to get like
No, I
in between
understand.
people.
And
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
If you tell me and you're not doing it maliciously, I don't really care.
As long as we're not like picking up full props and throwing them through walls, I'm pretty sure he's not going to get mad. Like we're not ripping a whole scene apart.
No,
like,
the first year I
fuck
was
Shawn. Here
Yeah.
we go.
the first year I was tech. I was really a hard ass like that.
Uh-huh.
And
Oh, yeah.
so much shit got broke.
I remember my 2019 season, my first season, everybody was like, "Don't make Shawn mad. He's the meanest tech guy I've ever seen." And I'm like, I just talked to that guy like 5 minutes ago. He seems pretty chill.
Which is weird.
And they're like, "No, he's so mean. If you break something, he's gonna yell at you." And I'm like, he literally just told me that if I break something, let him know, and it's cool. Like, as long as it's not crazy breaking, And
Right.
But yeah, and I'm like, nice. Shawn seems like a pretty cool dude to
That's
me.
been my philosophy the whole time now. It's like, if you break something, just let me know. If you're not doing it intentionally, I'm cool with it. We can repair it.
And I think that's where our haunt sets itself apart from some of the other haunts I've been to in the past. Is we actually use our sets and our props and things to where we can climb on them. If I ever come to you with an idea and say, "Hey, Shawn, I really think that I can climb on this thing. Can we reinforce it?" You look at it logically and say, "Well, yeah, we can do that." Or if it can't be done, you say, "No, but let's do this instead." And I say, "Okay." And
Or if I have enough time, I will rebuild
right.
it
And if
for
we
you.
have enough time, we just rebuild the whole damn thing. And of course, you have some of us that'll be like, "Well, let me help you build it," because that is a ridiculous request. But some haunts I've noticed, they don't use their scenes at all. Like, they have the scene and it's this great, beautiful scene, but they can't jump on anything. They can't touch anything. And I'm like, why have this great, beautiful room if you're not going to be using it?
One of the new actors that came yesterday for a tour at Hellscream came from the 13th floor. She says, "Yeah, you can't touch anything in a room because it might fall apart."
Holy moly.
Oh, no.
No,
This
little
would be a
Jimmy.
shocker for her. Huh?
Yeah.
And then she comes in there. She's in the marionette room this year, and she says, So can I get near the bed? You can jump on the bed all you want.
Jump on it, jump in it.
She goes, She says, "What if I break it? Just let me know. I'll fix it. I'll reinforce it again." She's like, "What?" She had this look like, "Why? This is so
I think
weird."
between me, you, Andrew, and Jesse, so there's 4 of us that walk that building at the beginning of the night, at the end of the night, to make sure there's nothing wrong. Like,
And that's what I'm trying to teach Abby. Do all that and then write all the stuff down.
Yep.
If you come in early and fix it.
like if it's small enough and I notice it, I usually fix it before. Because if it's something stupid, I'm like, I don't need to bug Shawn with this, and I'll hurry up and fix it or whatever. And,
And I appreciate that. I mean, there's a few people that do that with me.
yeah, and like I said, Andrew does it too, and Jesse, and I'm sure Chris picks up stuff all the time. Like, oh, no, this is broke. I'm gonna put that away.
He's helped.
That's a tripping hazard.
He's helped me quite a bit too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he keeps everything in line upstairs. So that's what I love.
It's wild. Gets wild.
It's
up
good
there.
to have a team without technically having a team. Like, that you don't need the help, but you also know, like,
If I
there's a few people that are down to help.
if
you
I absolutely had to have it, you guys would
Yeah.
come jump on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we came in one night and the team just destroyed the whole place, and you're like, "Guys, I don't know what to do. We can't open tomorrow." Well, guess what? I'm going to be there in the morning, and I'm going to help you
Oh
out.
yeah,
Put
and
some screws in some stuff.
Yeah.
I got plenty of screws and
We
drills
got
this year.
duct tape and screws for days.
Yeah.
When I was building the X-Sisters room, I went and bought huge buckets of screws. I was like, I need to redo this. I'm gonna be stocked up for the season.
When we were rebuilding this place, or when we put everything in this building into the Fear Complex, I had like 3 buckets of extra nails and screws, and I looked at everybody and I was like, "Hey guys, I think we didn't put things back together the right way. We're missing some stuff."
And I'm helping Abby over here. I was helping her to redo clowns, and I'm like, "Oh my god, who put this together?" I'm looking at it like, "Oh my god." And I'm literally going through the whole clown section, reinforcing everything, hiding everything, doing everything like supposed to. And I'm like, she's like, "Yeah, it was barely held together." I'm like, "I can tell."
Yeah,
And I'm not
me
knocking-
and Misty were supposed to build the clowns, and then we got redirected to do something else. So that's kind of why that was a little messed up.
I'm not complaining to anybody. I'm like, I can tell this got thrown together really quick.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually going through and helping reinforce and rebuild everything.
Yeah,
So
there was a few spots that I was like, that I was building, and I'm like, yeah, let's make this real nice, and then there's other spots, and I'm like, oh God, this is danger.
I tore apart the one section of clowns. I'm like, oh, there was like 2 screws holding this giant thing up here.
Yeah.
Like
Up in the
wall-
ceiling?
No, the wall panels.
Oh shit!
Literally, the wall panels that are all painted. It literally they did it right into the drywall,
Oh,
and they all pulled out. And I went. There was literally 2 screws holding it up, and I'm like, that's not good.
yeah. See,
like
so
that-
I didn't do the wall panels. I'm good on that one.
No, I'm just that was my experience. I'm like, it hit me in the head. I'm like, oh damn.
It's like that time the roof came down in the basement. The
Yeah,
tile ceiling.
In the
basement.
catacombs.
Yeah.
yeah.
Noah did that last year. He was
Oh,
up there
was
doing
it?
it and it's smacking, come falling down. I'm like, oh.
2 years ago, he was
was
caught-
it 2 years
He
ago?
did it
flipped
last year,
over
too.
that gate in the last cell, and he flipped right over because he was chasing a customer that swung at somebody. And he went and he jumped, like he cleared the damn fence. But when he came up, his foot like kicked the panel and it like crumbled down. And he he was like, "Oh my God, what's going on?"
I remember he comes running up to me after that and he goes, "Oh my God, I tore the panel down." I'm like, "What the hell did you do?" And so he told me, I'm like, "Oh, okay." I went to the other room, got a spare one, stuck it back up there. Okay, cool, we're good.
We had John Fox go through the ceiling last year too.
Yeah.
When he was climbing in the cells. Or
No,
no,
it was 2 years
that was
ago.
2 years ago.
'Cause he
Noah
was-
was 3 years ago, 2019 season. And then John was 2 years ago where he went through the ceiling.
Yeah.
Because he looked at me and he was like, "I think I'm going to get in trouble. I just broke a whole ceiling tile." And I was like, "You're good." I was like, "You were definitely not the first one and you're not going to be the last." I'm like,
no.
"Hell, I took out a whole bunch of them."
Yeah. It's fun watching, see how people break stuff too. It's so fun.
Right? It's like, all right, you didn't do that on purpose.
My favorite
you?
one, still to this day, I
Maybe.
still tell this story to this day, is Kim running people through the foam wall in the caves.
Yes,
Oh my God.
she is.
Super
She
intense.
is something.
I love Cam to death. She works her ass off. She's an amazing person. And she had them people run right through the foam wall and she's standing in the corner like she's pouting. And they go run out there and says, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." "Are the customers okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine. They're fine." I said, "Did you have punch?" "Yeah." I said, "But I broke the wall." I'm like, "I don't care. I can fix it." And she looked at me like, "You're not going to yell at me?" "No. You did your job and you did it well."
She did the same thing last year when both of us broke that or had that group break the wall. When she got them to run around that corner, and they were super scared when they came around the corner, and then I came up with the chainsaw, and all 6 of them like backed into that cave wall and took 2 sections out.
Yep, that's the same two
And
sections.
Kim was standing there, and she's like, "Did we do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we did." And she's like, "Are they alive?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they're good." And she's like, "We're in so much trouble." And I'm like, "No, we're not." Let's just move
Well,
the
you
panels
moved it
out
to
of
the
way.
side there
Yeah.
and they had that short turnaround
Yeah.
there. And she comes out and says, "Oh, you guys broke it again. Cool."
She was so worried. She's like, "We're gonna get in trouble." And I'm like, "Nah, I think this one's okay." I was like, "These 2 panels, I know for sure
They've been
get
tore out.
broken at least every year."
Yes. I've had a now they got rebars in them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like,
Well, the
probably that
wind
long.
tore them up at the end of the season last year.
Yeah. And then that's when we reinforced, we put rebar
Yeah.
in it now. Because that's something we had to do.
Yeah.
Don't
Hopefully
have
they
to worry about it now, huh?
Right. Well, now they got 2 chainsaw guys out there, so they might.
Well, they'll be on certain nights.
Oh, so they're gonna rotate.
Yeah. So they're, and some nights they'll both be out there, but generally they're going to just rotate
Yeah.
throughout the night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I figured I'd be
Drop
giving them
easier.
breaks and shit too, and
Yeah. They're supposed to do like 2 hours apiece.
yeah,
Damn.
Or
Yeah.
one does one night, one does one night of the week. So,
yeah, they rotate it out a lot better.
yeah. And when you come back, you're going to be in that rotation as well.
Yeah, I'll be giving them actual breaks and stuff,
'Cause-
and
There's going to be fun stuff out there this year.
oh yeah, I'm bringing my chainsaw for the line. Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna
Oh,
get
no.
ridiculous.
The Sparkle's in process right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I talked to Matt yesterday about it. And
Yeah.
He's like, "I want it here and here." Okay. I got all the black grate ready to go up, and got to get this the metal track that's here.
Oh, feel free to get rid of the Wizzo wall, in there. It don't need to be in there no more.
I was gonna take it down, but I'm gonna save it for you.
Nah, take it down.
No, I'm not gonna just rip it down. I'm gonna save it because it's a cool art piece.
Well,
I will hang it up somewhere, even if it's in my room, up in my
He's
room.
like,
I
I'm gonna
don't
put it
care.
on my damn ceiling.
Maybe we should put it like upstairs in the bedroom or something, like an art piece. And then people be like, "Wait, that doesn't belong."
We
there."
could actually cut it down a little bit and probably put it up on the ceiling in the makeup room.
We can put it wherever you want.
Yeah, or at least cut out like the eye or something.
Because
like
it
the
says
Wizzo eye.
the eye, and it says something about imaginary.
Just imagine.
Yeah, something like that on there
Yeah.
on the bottom left corner.
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna.
yeah, we
just,
can cut that and put it up on the ceiling.
because
or
the other
something.
end is like a whole bunch of weird other things that are
Yeah.
half gone anyway because the weather took them out.
that and people and
Yeah, but yeah, I saw that. I'm like, I'm not gonna take that down. I'm gonna take it down, but I'm gonna save it. It's like it's cool. I mean, it's part of us, so we can't
Yeah.
throw it away. It's wrong in my eyes.
it's
What are some of the biggest issues you run into as a tech manager?
Actors, believe it or not,
Yeah.
some actors they demand. If you demand something from me, I'm not gonna give it to you.
Right.
Yeah.
If you come up to me real nice, "Hey, can we try to get this?" Like you said in the first podcast, you said something about a fog machine.
Yep.
Okay, instantly got a fog
Yeah,
machine.
that was like the easiest conversation in the world. I was like,
Right.
"Hey, I don't know if it's possible, but could we get some extra fog?" And he's like, yeah, bet, on it. Next thing you know, the whole floor's filled. And he
Yeah.
comes running in and he goes, I'm sorry, but we have to turn it down. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of figured. Like,
it's
we
like-
can't see.
Last year we had an actor in the train crash. Oh, it would have been a cemetery, but they wanted. I told them I was going to put a pool noodle up there, and she comes running up to me. You didn't put my pool noodle up, just going off on me. And I'm like, no, stop. I have other things to take care of. Why need my pool noodle now? I made sure I waited 3 days to put it up
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't an immediate safety concern, so it
Right.
doesn't have to
because
get
she
put
was
up.
beating on the side of the bus, and she was cutting her hand. I said, then don't beat on the side of the bus.
Use a tool.
Yeah,
I mean, we have plenty of things to hit things with.
And then once they put the pool noodle up, she ended up getting moved to another room. So it's like that was useless.
that was
I mean, legitimately, the actors are probably my toughest thing. All the other stuff is mechanical. I'm good with mechanical stuff, so I know how it functions. People, not so much.
Right. Or like, this room has a strobe light. You're like, yeah, it's there for a purpose.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we tell them at the beginning of the season, if you have a problem with strobe, smoke, that kind of thing, stay out of these specific rooms. You know, don't audition for these rooms.
Or customers come in. Oh, I'm allergic to fog. No, you're not.
It's water.
No, and they're going. No, I'm allergic to fog. I said, are you allergic to water vapor? And they're like, no. Then you're not allergic to fog.
But it's different. No, it's not.
No,
It's
because
literally the same thing.
actors do the same thing. Some of the new
Uh-huh.
actors. I'm
Yeah.
allergic to fog. I can't be in foggy rooms. You
No,
allergic to water?
It congests you.
Right.
Because I get that too.
Well,
Like
it's-
if I'm
that's-
like as soon as haunt season starts and that fog starts kicking, man, I've got boogers for days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a whole 2 to 3 months afterward, I've got fog boogers. You know, like it's just like
Yeah, I remember last year I got like a really bad like lung infection. I think part of that's from just being so open and like,
Yeah.
yelling, being loud for like a month and a half. And I don't think that water vapor helps either because you're
No.
always like,
No, it makes your lungs get real full of liquid and
Yeah.
stuff, and it
I don't
kills
think
you.
and of course we don't sleep, we don't eat, we don't drink things the correct way. We
I don't do that normally
I
anyway.
mean,
So what's
well,
the
yeah,
difference?
there's like but still.
Yeah.
We're supposed to eat right.
We're
You know,
supposed to,
and you're
yes.
supposed to sleep. But we all know as haunters, none of us sleep during the season. None of
No.
us eat correctly. None of us drink water.
yeah.
We're always like, yeah, drink water, eat good snacks. And then you see the one guy in the back eating a donut, and drinking a Monster, and he's like, I'm ready to go for the next 6 weeks. And
Monster,
you're like,
it's
what?
it's the fuel that
Right?
fuels
They always
haunted
I always
houses.
talk about your haunt kit. Bring water, bring water. I bring a 2-liter of Pepsi
Right?
every night. And that's just how I function.
Every time I'm literally telling somebody like, yeah, you should hydrate as I'm drinking the Monster. And I'm like,
Yes.
you should totally hydrate all night long.
Not
Why aren't
energy
you
drinks.
drinking water? Give me 10 minutes.
Why aren't you drinking water? Because I had to work before this.
I've got my 5-gallon jug of water in the back. Hold on.
Yeah, it's crazy how people don't even pay attention to that either.
Yeah. And I've noticed like it's becoming more of a thing that I've noticed a lot of people have like sugar deficiencies and things like that are
Right.
working these haunts and they forget to bring their sugar.
Or
They
their
forget to
insulin
bring
pills,
candy. They
yep.
forget to bring insulin,
Right.
whatever. So I've started bringing like packs and packs of candy. Like normally I bring my own snacks, you know, like a small candy and a drink or two, you know. But recently, in the past like couple years, I've noticed that a lot more actors do have issues, or at least they're starting to be more vocal about it. And I don't want to see my friends get, you know, all sick and gross. So new haunters, bring snacks. You know, even if they're not for you, bring them for your friends. Bring you know, a little bit of fruit, dried fruits, peanuts,
Well,
gummy
last-
bears. You know,
Last year I
little
started
things.
bringing the big giant box of fruit snacks
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
And then people say, I don't get anything. Here's some fruit snacks.
Yeah.
That's what I have. And
And it works great
Yeah,
because
it
it like somebody had brought us little like snack packs last year. It was like a little bag of gifts. I think it was Erica brought us little
Yeah.
individual packs. And I remember the night that she had brought those, I was dying. Like it was bad. Like it was down to the last hour, and I'm like, I'm gonna leave this chainsaw just idling, and it's gonna sit on this ground all night. You know, and I went in and I got that little snack, and it was just like a little honey,
boost.
a honey graham cracker or something, and it was just like, wow, you know, and it helps. It's weird, and people forget that those snacks do help, and
Yeah.
they forget it's a 4-hour shift, and you're like, oh, 4 hours, that ain't nothing.
but when you're
But
going,
you are literally like running a fucking marathon for 4 hours, and you're just like,
yes.
and you forget that like sugar's a thing that your body needs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like me. If I have a busy night, I don't stop.
Yeah.
I'm going
same.
constantly. I mean, there was one night last season. I never stepped outside till like 3/4 way through the night. It was
Yeah.
the first time I was outside, and I'm like, "What time is it?" Oh, it's like 9:30. What?
Right.
There's
Holy
been
cow.
plenty of nights like you come out and it's like almost at the end of the night and you're like, so you need a break? And I'm like, Sean, we're almost done. And you're like, oh yeah. Well, fuck, I'm sorry for not coming. And I'm
Oh,
like,
no,
dude, it's okay.
Having
Like,
to
I
get
totally get it.
Something to drink, and you're like trying to hide
Yeah.
your drink while customers are going by. Because you're like, I just need a minute. And they're like looking at you like, are you okay? And you're like, no, I'm drinking blood of my enemies.
There was one night he was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. I was busy the whole night. I'm trying to get a drink. And finally he comes through and I was like, hey, take this for like 2 minutes so I can get a drink in my damn body
Oh.
armor because I almost drank my gas. And he's like, wait, what? And I was like, dude, I didn't have enough time and I grabbed the wrong can and I'm almost drinking my fuel for the chainsaw. I just need to get a drink. And he's like, yeah, hold on.
Well, the time you come out you come through. I am so dying. I can't do this. I need a break. Go.
The first time in 3 years, I finally needed a break, and I looked at him and I was like, please, I can't move. My fingers won't even pull the damn string. Can you please just take it for 20 minutes?
But I did, and it's funny because they had the rope back there at that time, and people are standing on the backside of that rope. No, you can't come back here. Oh, watch me. I
Yes.
chased him to the 7-Eleven across the street.
I used to love that. You can't cross this rope. Watch me.
Oh, I did that. and
Flip
they're
right over and start
they're-
running.
They're freaking all out. Or people in the parking lot when I'm out in the parking lot. Last year I went to the church and I'm beating on the girl's window because her boyfriend said go beat on her because she wouldn't come in. Like, come on in there, come see me.
I had a kid run I chased him from the chainsaw hall all the way back around to the gift shop, kept going to the ticket booth. He kept running. He looked at me. He's like, you ain't ever going to catch me. Well, please don't tell me that. I used to run track and I'm really quick when I want to be. So I kept chasing him and I got like millisecond or like a milli-inch away from him. And I was like, I'm going to get you. And he's just like, ah! He started screaming, jumped in his car. I'm like,
That's the funnest thing to do.
and then I had to walk all the way back to the chainsaw. I'm like, God damn it, I hate this.
I just like the people that tell you, you can't come over here and you just do it anyway. And
Yep.
Especially across in the parking lot.
You can't get over here. Well,
I've chased so many people in that parking lot. It's so much fun.
chase them to 7-Eleven. I've gotten food because I've chased people to 7-Eleven.
Oh, really?
As soon as I get there, I'm like, give me a slushie. And turn around and walk away. And then like 10 minutes later, they'll come back and they're like, Chainsaw Man, here's a slushie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, what?
You're like, sorry for bothering you.
Yeah, and I like completely forget that I even said it. And I'm like, I guess I got a fucking slushie.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes you say some messed up stuff and you don't even realize.
So, out of all the experiences that you've had, what is by far like the most fun thing that you've had happen? Not tech wise, not like just in general, just the most fun you've had as an actor acting.
About 3 years ago, I had a little girl come through. Her parents, she's about 8. Her parents, she's in line just bawling her eyes out. It's scary. It's scary. And the parents like, we're going through here now. And I get down and I give her a high five. Says, you'll be okay. Says, will you like me to go through the house with you? You'll go through? Yeah. We get in the door. Says, can I hold your hand? And I walk through the whole house with her.
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, she was super happy, all chill and everything else. And he goes, "Can I give you a big hug?" Yeah. So then the next year she comes back and says, "Jeremiah, you got to go through the house with me." And that was probably one of the greatest things I've ever felt.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I think that's what haunting is should be about is the younger kids. And I get like, yeah, we're here to scare the crap out of everybody. But you do get those small kids that do look up to us as movie stars because this is as close as they're going to get to a movie star in general is the haunted house actors. You know, they may never leave this city. So for them to actually meet an actor in a costume and that character is nice to them, that's going to last a long time. We just had an instance out at Oklahoma City HorrorCon where I made a best friend. He looked at me and he's like, "You're an imaginary friend?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "You're not a clown?" And I said, "No." And he thought that was the coolest thing in the world because he has imaginary friends and he's afraid to tell his friends that because he gets made fun of. But now he can show a picture, you know. So it's a good thing for kids to have like that monster friend.
And the other one is when my grandson actually got to come play.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was probably one of my proudest moments I've ever had.
He seemed like he was having a good time last year running around.
He cut that one guy in line, and he terrorized him completely through the haunt.
He also scared the shit out of me, not in the fact that he jumped out and scared me, the fact that we were going to do a team scare, me and that little guy, and we had it all set up to where I was going to come out and do my chainsaw thing, and then he was going to hide behind me in my little hidey hole thing and come out and chase the guy down the hall. Well, when I came out to do my chainsaw thing, I did it, and when I turned around to see where he was not there in my hidey hole. And I freaked out because the group had just gone through, and I thought maybe they snatched him up, right? So I dropped the chainsaw immediately. I'm like, I'm about to beat somebody's ass for stealing this kid. Like, he's not just Sean's grandkid; he's all of our grandkid. Like, somebody's gonna lose arms today. So I'm like running out the back door to go see where he's at, and sure shit, he's right there with Sean, scaring this guy. And I'm like, all right, he's good. I like this kid. He moved faster than I even thought he was going to move. Like, that was excellent.
He's already asked when does he get to come play this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he developed his own character for Hellscream this year.
Oh,
believe it or
nice.
not.
Is it the dead little boy character that he was talking
it's
about
called
last
Newton the
year?
Skeleton.
Yes.
He came up with his own backstory and everything. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool.
He was telling me a little bit about it last year, so I'm excited to see that he actually
Yeah,
is building it up and stuff.
Is
That
he gonna
sounds
come
cool.
play more, or is it just
it probably 2-3 nights.
Yeah.
That'd be
with
cool.
his school, it's really hard for him to do it. And
Yeah.
yeah?
his stepdad right now is kind of being a butthead.
Oh, I see.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm
He's like,
grandpa.
Yeah,
You're
your
gonna
grandpa.
do what with our kid?
And his mom's kind of getting that way now because of her husband, but I'm grandpa and I overrule, so too bad.
Yeah, grandpa gets extra rules.
Yeah.
You get like a special pay. It's like grandma. Like, Wizzo is all about his grandma. If you ask Wizzo who his favorite person is besides a penguin, he's going to tell you grandma. You know, so grandma and grandpa get special passes.
Man, so Caden's a lot of fun. He's super excited. He keeps asking me everything. Can I go to the haunt pot? Can I go to the haunt pot? I'm like, I'm busy working. I can't just take you to hang out. I've taken him a couple times. Said, we're working. He's like, okay. He's in there changing lights, running cords with me.
I've seen him in here doing it, and he
Yeah.
does it very well too.
And
He builds better than some of the adult
I
builders
think
we
the-
have. And I'm
I think
like,
the sad part is he knows that the building probably is better than most actors
Uh-huh.
over there.
yeah,
And everybody's like, what happens when you retire? Oh, where he's in training.
yeah. I know. I was like, because I was counting steps the one day, because I count steps just for shits and giggles, and I seen him like kind of counting them, like in his head, like you could tell he was counting them, and I'm like, I like this kid. I like him a lot. He's a good dude.
We was over there one day trying to turn something on. He says, I got a pod. Goes behind there, hits the button on the thing. Okay, cool. So he knows where a lot of the stuff's at already, which is an amazing thing because
Yeah.
half the people don't know how to turn that building on.
No,
Yeah.
It's kind of like here. I'm just learning this one right now.
well, you gotta hide stuff, you know.
Well, like,
Because it loses the illusion when you got like a light switch and you walk into a room that's supposed to be a torture room from the 1700s and you got a light switch and you're like, wait a minute,
yeah.
somebody's not doing something right.
Some of them have to be obvious though because
Yeah.
it's per fire code.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like the stairwells. Everybody says, well, the stairwells don't look like that. I'm like, they kind of have to be lit that way because it's fire code. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
the illusion gets broken a little bit, but that's
You
to
won't.
keep
You won't be
safe.
complaining if you don't burn to death.
It's your
Well,
brain.
yeah.
I mean, hell, we ain't gonna have a haunted. You keep complaining. We gotta like hide everything.
Yeah,
Fire
like-
department's gonna be like, nope.
Like the fire doors, we have those big fire doors in the stairwells, and they have to be closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people, that shouldn't be like that. That doesn't look right. And I'm like, well, that's how it has to be. Sorry. We try to art them up as much as we can, but sometimes you just can't do it.
Yeah, art can only go so far sometimes.
Yeah, when you're trying to hide stuff that's supposed to look
Is
Victorian,
it,
it's a little rough.
would you say it's hard to adhere to fire code? Is that a
No,
big
no. That's one thing we
issue
pride
you
ourselves
run
on.
into?
No,
Yeah.
that's one thing we pride ourselves on is being fire code.
Yeah.
I go through the building multiple times before the fire department comes through.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go to it later today.
Oh, okay. Like,
I was gonna say it's getting closer to season, so that usually means like 3 or 4 fire walks a
Well,
week.
no, the actual fire permit walk,
Oh, okay.
not the fire department.
Yeah.
When they come through, they check to make sure you can't run an extension cord
Yeah,
into.
they get nitty gritty.
Well, you can't plug an extension cord in and run it to a power strip like 10 feet away. That's illegal.
Yeah, they get.
You can't have like one of those cheap 3-ways that you used to put in the wall. You can't have those. That's illegal. There's a lot of illegal stuff that haunts do, believe it or not, and they hide it really well. I remember at the old building, we had 100-foot extension cord stuffed into a pot, and it literally went 4 feet. Yeah, we had a pot, and we just stuck it in this pot, and then we put the lid on it and kind of hid it, and part of it never knew about it. But that was not on us. That was
Right.
the haunt that we.
Haunt secrets.
Yeah. We don't have haunt secrets.
Again, we get
That's a
down to
lie.
the nitty gritty.
Haunt secrets. Yeah, we do a lot of. We pride ourselves on that. So
Yeah.
last year when he came through, he handed us our certificate before we actually went through the building. Said,
Oh,
"You
really?
guys pass." Then he did his walk. He gets done. This is the best this building's ever been in. Yes. And I did.
I have been noticing it looks a lot cleaner lately, like the wiring system and everything.
cleaning a lot of stuff up.
Because the one year, I think you were taking a break or something, or you were on a bowling trip or something, and Jesse had me come in and help him with one of the walks, and we lifted up one thing, and it was like a trash can mess of wires. And as soon as he moved it, he goes, "Oh shit, that's not right." So we had to start unplugging things because it was dangerous.
Yeah.
And he was like, "I don't know how this one happened."
I've been doing a lot of that, cleaning stuff up,
Yeah.
making it better.
But it like I said, the past year or two, it's a lot nicer, a lot cleaner looking. A lot of the hazardous stuff has
Yeah.
been cleaned up, and
I'm doing that here too. So
Yeah, this building was a little different though. I mean, we had like 6 months to tear down and build a haunt.
8 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was trying
8 months total, and
The sad part was I was trying to help do that, and then I broke my ankle, and I'm like, oh, I'm out,
Yeah.
for like 3 months. I'm like, damn it.
yeah, because I remember it was the first day of the tear down. You were there.
Yeah, I was
and
helping do
then,
stuff.
and then you got hurt like
And then-
almost immediately after, and I was there by myself, and I'm like, where did everybody go? They hate me.
Yeah. And it was nothing you guys did. It's
Yeah.
like I broke my ankle, and I was immobile for like 3 months. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh.
And I'm like, well, shit, we got 3 months to get out of this fucking place. I guess I'm tearing everything down tonight.
So you guys tore it all down, rebuilt over here, and then you were in thrash mode trying to get this. And I
Yeah.
go up to Jeff, said, "Hey, Jeff," he says, "I'll make you a deal. You guys finish this building, all hands on deck over here. I'll go take care of Hellscream." He's like, "Deal."
Yeah.
So I was over there for like a month by myself getting that building ready, changing the lights and all
It's a
that.
lot. It's
It's-
really a lot to double check the lights, the fog machines,
No, just actually the overheads.
yeah.
Because you have to do for like light, if you have emergency, the lights got to kick on, and half the lights in the building didn't work, and trying to change them all out, and ballasts were bad, and I'm doing all that.
Because again, we don't really pay attention to some of that stuff when you're building all the extra stuff. You're not really paying attention to the lights because half the time those lights are off when you're building the sets because you want the ambient light of what the room's actually going to look like.
Right. And a lot of people don't even realize that you have to do that.
Yeah.
Because if you have an emergency, you need lighting to get out, and if those don't kick on, you don't have no light. You don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's fair. I feel like the average person would be lost very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If you just let the average customer come through on a normal day and just said, "Here, figure it out."
Ooh, blindfold them and
Oh,
drop them somewhere
man.
in the hot.
You stick them,
figure
yeah,
it
just
out,
take them
man.
and put them in the middle of the room somewhere and
Yep.
find your way out. They'd be like, I have no idea where to go.
Uh-huh. Open up a couple like secret doors just to throw them off a little
Maybe
bit.
maybe that's a game
Man.
show. You know?
You know what?
I like that idea.
That's
Yeah.
a really
So you go
We start a game show.
a new version of escape rooms.
Yeah.
Find your way out of the building.
We blindfold you, spin you around 10 times, and say, "Get on out."
If we don't see you in an hour, we'll come find you.
No flashlights.
And you have monsters in there chasing them the entire time.
All scary mode. Yes.
Yes.
I'm in.
You know what? I think we have a new idea to pitch.
Well, it's funny. Yesterday we did a walk
YouTube
with
series.
Right?
yesterday we did a walk with a lot of the newbies over at Hellscream. And they're walking through the building and they're like, "Where's the bathrooms?" I'm showing them this and that. And like, "Well, how do we get from here to here?" And I'm walking through all these secret doors. Like, "How did you get over there?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You go through here?" And you're like, "We got to learn all this stuff?" That yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm taking for granted, like, I know it like the back of my hand.
I
And
know,
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like,
All
"I'm
three of us
sorry."
were like, "Yeah, you just go here, here, and here."
That's right.
I tell people steps now. I'm like, because like I said, I count the steps, and I'm like, yeah, you take 10 steps, 10 steps forward, turn right, take 3 steps forward, turn left, 4 steps.
I mean, you don't give
down
them
the stairs.
hillbilly directions where you're like, you go down to that sign down
To
there.
the pine tree that's all twisted, and then you make
Go
a
down-
laugh.
Go down yonder to the 2-hole sign.
Yeah.
Then
you get
gonna
to see two
the-
skulls
Then you
stacked.
go see the 1-hole sign. You go turn right at the 1-hole sign.
Like, and then walking through the building in the dark. We did that the other night with the paranormal. And I'm literally walking through the building in the dark. You don't even have a flashlight. Well, why would you
Nope.
have a flashlight?
Yeah.
He says, well, just see where you're going. I know where I'm going.
You're like dodging props and things.
And I'm walking through there like, no problem. They're like, you don't even, you don't run anything. I built the building. I know where I'm going. Sorry.
I've literally looked at it every day.
And people ask me, so how often do you were here? You're only here like a couple nights a week? I'm here 5, 6 days, 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, and this is what you do full time? No, I have a real time job too. I work an 8-hour job, like most of us do.
Yeah, the majority of the hunt, and that's what a lot of people forget is that a lot of you guys have real jobs. You have a full-time 40-hour life job, and then you turn around and come and put the time into these hunts, and I don't think people, like the customers, really don't realize how much time actually goes into these hunts. I think a lot of them just think that we put it together once and that's it and it's done.
Well, we set up in August and we
Yeah.
go and you tear it down in November.
And
No.
you just fix everything in 1 month. No, it's not like that. It takes a full year to rebuild what the customers do to these haunts in a season.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't think like, oh, it's just open a month. Well, that month we're seeing, 10,000 people in a season.
18,000 people last
Yeah,
year.
if not
Yeah.
more. Yeah, and I'm just saying 10,000 is a small number, but you get 10,000 people anywhere, they're going to tear something up, and that's just regular traffic. That's not
Yeah.
touching anything, not doing anything. That's just normal traffic so you have that upkeep to keep up with, and then if we want to change a room, because you don't want to give the customers the same experience every year, you want to give them at least one room difference. Give them something new to look at.
Like Jesse's ballroom you said the other day, that was a 4-month build.
Yeah.
My
Shit, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he started in November, he finished it in April.
Wow.
So 5-month build.
It was
My-
tearing it down was a pain in the ass.
My exorcist room, believe it or not, it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it was a 3-month build.
Yeah.
And the side of his room was about a 3-week build.
Yeah.
People don't realize how much time you put into it behind the scenes. And oh wow, this doesn't even look that good. I mean, think of all the other stuff that goes on in here.
When we came in to do clowns over here, they told me to go ahead and start doing clowns. So I started doing like the full on, let's build this room. And then I got told like I was taking too much time, that we had to just throw it all together. And I'm like, well, shit, I want to make a pretty room, like,
And that's the one thing you got to realize. You don't necessarily have to have a pretty room.
yeah.
Sometimes the more chaotic it is, the better it is.
Yep.
I actually have a school coming tomorrow to tour Hellscream, so they had to get in the industry.
Oh, nice.
And they said, so what kind of skills do you need to be in the haunt? I said, well, any skill works.
Yeah.
I mean, carpentry, electricity, pretty much everything. You don't have to have any skill set.
No.
You can learn on the job.
It just depends on what the haunt needs at that time.
Yeah.
1 year they might need an electrician. The next year they might need just a carpenter,
I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I'm not specialized in anything. I know all of it, but I'm not excel at any of it.
Yep.
I know enough to get by in the haunt, which is all you need.
I like to claim myself as a half-ass hillbilly. I know a little bit of everything, just enough to get by, and what I don't know, I know enough about it to get by until somebody who does know what they're doing can help.
So I'll be the 3/4 hillbilly then.
Yeah, you're like the 3/4 hillbilly. I'm the half-ass hillbilly.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild how to do that.
Yeah.
It's so much fun though. It's something that I got into by pure accident, and it's amazing to do.
How did you get into it?
Well, I've been doing haunts since '88.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I built haunts for a bowling alley for a while, then I did my own home haunt, and then I did the church haunt, and then I literally went to Hellscream to do a room escape one day.
Oh.
And I asked, how do I be a part of this crazy nonsense? And they're like, we have auditions in July. So I went and talked to Jesse. I told him, I says, I don't want to do any acting. I just want to do tech. I want to build behind the scenes and stuff. Ended up running the Big Lilith Snake for 6 nights. Then Chris Hurst puts me in the hillbilly scene. That's where Billy Joe Jim Bob came out of. And I was doing a bunch of little tech stuff over at Haunted Minds. And then the next year they said, do you want to be tech at Hellscream? Okay. Because they knew I had enough knowledge I could do it, and I've built haunts before, so that's how I got into it.
Nice.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so much fun. It's just being a big kid again. I think that's where some adults forget to do, is to become a big kid again. And haunted houses are that great way to do it, to jump in and say, you know what, I'm allowed to play.
And one thing was wild is I actually stepped away for 10 months. and my wife made me come back.
I remember that.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
that.
We had some issues, and I said I'm going to step away. I have to do this because there was other things going on. And then I came and did tech 2 nights because Jack was going to be out of town. He didn't go out of town. So I said, okay, I'll come to tech. And then I stayed, and I went home to the wife that night. She says, this is the happiest I've seen you in months. You need to go back. I'm like, I don't want to go back. There's too much animosity there. She says, you need to go back. I'm like, no. So she forced me to come back, and I called Jesse on Monday. Can I come to tech this weekend? She said, anytime you want. Okay. And then I stayed.
Well, we're glad that you stayed.
Yeah.
And
Glad to have you around.
And it's funny because I did miss the people too.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. This is a family.
That's the biggest thing. Is
We don't hang out as much as we should,
yeah.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I think we're trying to work on some of that stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and I really do miss the camaraderie that we all have together.
And I think COVID kind of screwed that up for everybody because I remember
Yeah.
2019 season was my first year, and everybody seemed like they would all go out to eat afterward after the night. They would go to like IHOP and whatever.
We went to old Chicago. All the managers go to
Yeah.
old Chicago.
They go to Old
Yeah.
Chicago. They go to Village Inn. You know, we had all these different places that we'd go, and then 2020 hit with COVID, and then
The world
everybody-
shut down
Everybody
and-
just stopped. You know, the large amount of haunters that we had at the haunt had to go down because we couldn't have as many actors. So then the 25 people that we did have, half of them kind of like each other, but and I say they we all like each other, but it's differences in
Different little
different not cliques,
Cliques.
but
Yeah, cliques is
different
not the right word.
differences, just
Yeah.
differences in general. And sometimes we don't hang out, and that's fine. But when you only have 25 people and those 25 people all aren't on that same page, then they didn't want to hang out. Plus the restaurants weren't open, so that's another
Right.
big hit. And bars weren't open, so you couldn't go to a bar afterward if you were into bar stuff. And then the following year was the same thing. You know, the year after COVID was just as bad. And then now that we're getting back into somewhat normal territory, I think
until
that-
November.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
that could come back, and we should be able to do some more cool stuff together.
Yeah. And then you get people like me that's just exhausted after.
Yeah.
that. I'm so tired.
Well, I mean, we understand. I mean, like some of them like give 1,000% like you do.
Yeah.
1,000%. You give 1,000%. I don't give 1,000% every night because I got other things I got to do on top of that. So,
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys are totally wore out at the end of the night, and I get it. You go home and you need to sleep.
Right. Yeah. Because usually, I leave work an 8-9 hour day and then come right to the haunt.
Yeah.
And so it's like by the time haunt's over, it's a 16-hour day, and I'm
I'm
exhausted.
with you 1,000% on
Yeah.
that one.
You're like,
Except I just keep going.
yeah.
I just don't sleep naturally. So I'm just like, yeah, what are we doing? We're always haunting. Okay.
Yeah, my normal things, I get 5 hours a day, but not all in one shot. And that's my normal day.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes I wake up from like my little cat nap at the end of the night, and I like wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to be at the haunt in like 10 minutes. And it's like 4 a.m. And I'm like, no, I don't.
Well, it's nice.
But then I'm ready for the whole day. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, shit.
What's nice, the bedroom upstairs has got that big mattress underneath there. If I get done at the haunt early, I go crawl in there. I get about a 2-hour nap before I get to do haunt. Yay.
What was it the one night I came in and you were like in the Von Helton bedroom bed? Like the mattress,
Yeah.
you had it all folded down. And I was like, oh, Sean's just taking a nap.
Yeah. I sleep up there a lot, believe it or not. That's actually
Yeah.
one of the nicest places to go
I
sleep.
actually asked somebody, I was like, how long's Sean been here? Because he's actually like sleeping. And they were like, I think he got here at like 10 a.m. today. And I'm like, okay, that's fair. I was like, I'll leave him sleep for another hour.
I left my FedEx job and went straight to the haunt because we had a lot of stuff to fix, and it got taken care of really quick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got an extra couple hours. I'm going to sleep.
That was the day that you were supposed to wait for me to show up and help you. And I got there like at noon, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm already done. I'm going to take a nap. And I'm like, Sean,
Sorry.
you fucking weirdo. Like, you were supposed to sleep and then come in and we fix things.
My brain doesn't function like that.
I know.
Once my brain clicks on to haunt mode, it's like, nope, we're going to do this, and this. And
No lie, I actually got home that night and I cleaned up and I was like, man, I should just turn around and go right back and start fixing stuff because I know he's going to be there in like 10 minutes anyway.
yeah, I've never nights that I've never left the building.
Yeah.
I just stay
Yeah.
over there overnight and like, I've got to get this stuff done. I just spend the night, go in the bedroom scene, push off Bethany out of the bed and crash there for a couple hours, then go back to work.
Any other tech managers or tech people, comment in the sections. Go ahead and give us some comments on how many of you actually sleep in the haunt and don't go home. I'm curious now as how many
I
of
am
you do
too.
this.
Yeah.
Like I want to know.
I know I have watched a couple walkthrough videos of other people, and some of them have beds and stuff at
Yeah.
the buildings.
Yeah.
Hell's Gate has them that way.
There's a guy down in Alabama that I talked to, part of the Scurry Face crew that I'm with. He has a trailer set up. It's like a Winnebago almost outside of their haunt. So when they do have like long nights or something, they can just sleep in the Winnie. And they've got a stove, they've got a toilet in there and everything. He's got internet run to it, so you can do internet.
Right.
You know, he's like, yeah, just come and hang out in the trailer if you need, you know. And I'm like, well, shit. I mean, that makes sense. We should probably do that. Have like a little trailer for our guys.
John LaFlamboy has a complete apartment built at
Yep.
Hell's Gate, and he's spent because he has an hour drive home,
Uh-huh.
and I just spend the weekend there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I mean, if you've got that time and you've got the means, then do it.
No, I'm with you.
There's been times where I've thought about just sleeping in that cave out back, and I'm like, you know
No.
what? I don't want to move.
Dude, I would let you stay in the building in a heartbeat.
Oh,
you know
I mean,
that.
I would, but you know, at the end of the night, you're like getting ready to carry stuff, and you're like, nah, I'm just gonna lay here.
Pick all your stuff up, stuff
lay
it
right back here.
throw the stuff in the hidey hole. Oh, yeah, it should
Yep.
be okay. No, just put it in the lobby.
Where'd Wizzo go? I don't know. He's still in the cave, I think. Is he asleep? I don't know.
I'll go get him a blanket. I'll go take it out of the prison cells.
You come out there, I'm covered in dirt.
Hugging the chainsaw.
Oh, it's keeping him
Taking
warm.
a dirt nap.
It's idling.
It'll run out of gas eventually. I'll fill
Right.
it back. I'll fill it back up and give it back to you.
Start back up.
Addicted to sleeping with chainsaws.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a skit. Just somebody out in the back with it idling, sleeping.
Every now and then, brum, brum, brum. You get that. You get that twitch. You just
Yeah.
sleep. Brum, brum.
I still get that twitch every once in a while in my hand where my hand just like twitches and I'm like, no, stop it. We're not running chainsaws right now. This is June. We can't chase people right now. And it's,
I mean, you could.
I mean, yeah. You get that phantom. You're like, no, stop it.
Well, the best thing was we did the promo a couple weeks ago, and Ryan was playing the chainsaw part, and then literally Angie's like, "Can we start the chainsaw on the building?" Yeah, it's all good. Are you sure? It's my building. It's okay.
As long as there's not other humans in it.
There was
should be
three
all
of
right
us in
for a
there, and we're
minute.
down by the prison cells, and he fires that thing up. Ryan, first pull, boom, fires up, great. Next time he goes out there, he got to turn the on button on. Then he couldn't get it to start. I'm like, damn it, Ryan.
See, you should have had a real chainsaw guy.
We had, well, but I got it to start, so
Yeah.
because I've had to fix them before for you.
Right. 2 in one night.
Well,
I don't do that.
it wasn't your fault.
Well,
though.
the one I smacked the ground and the whole engine cavity like shot out at the customer.
No, the
And I
night
was like,
that you-
oh, that's
no,
fuck
the
that
night
one.
that you left him outside and the cords got brittle and you
Yeah.
ripped them out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he did that, and
Yeah, they were like, just go ahead and leave it outside. It'll be fine. And I'm like, no, you can put a chainsaw inside. It's okay. And they're like, no, it's okay. Jesse was like, no,
shit.
we're going to leave them outside.
Yeah.
Literally the next day, the whole cord came out of the damn
he
thing.
ripped him out of both of them.
And it wasn't
Wow.
like split in half cord where we could just tie it back together. No, like it pulled from the very back. So there was no help whatsoever with this
Damn.
thing. And I'll never forget it. You're trying to fix the one out back.
No, it was in the hangman's room downstairs.
No, that was after I came out with the
Okay.
second one. Because then you were like, fuck it, I'm taking them both in. And then
the-
so I brought the second one out and I'm like, this one broke too. And Jeff looks at me and he looks at you and he looks at me again and he goes, what's the contingency plan for no chainsaw? And I was like, improvisation. And like
remember-
I'm running in, come running right back out with a group that's screaming and he looks at me and he goes, all right,
And then Jeff,
guess we don't need a chainsaw.
Jeff instantly bolts the lows,
Hit the
and
button.
I'm downstairs hauling ass, getting the other one done. And about 10 minutes later, I come walking out with a running chainsaw, and he looks at me, and someone else says, "Holy crap, he got that thing running!" And you look at me like, "What?"
Yeah. And then about 10 minutes after that, Jeff comes back with a brand new one. And he's like, here's a new chainsaw. And I'm like, I've got like 10 chainsaws now. What am I going to do?
I had to take that one and take the chain off. I had to prime it,
Yep.
get it running too. Then I got that one going. Here you go. Now you got two again. So much.
Last year, I didn't have any problems though. I ran.
Those are the ones we used for the promo.
The only one, we had the one have a problem at the very end of the season. And I think it was like the very last night that it finally shit out on me. And it was just like, nope.
Well,
How many chainsaws would you say on an average you go through in a season?
We only did.
I think it's usually just one.
It depends on who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because like
Okay.
when Jeremy did them, he'd go through like 5 a season.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So usually,
Yes.
So what I do is I find the
He's
one.
really good at it. He's really good at taking care of them.
I try to find the one that's the most beat up, and I use that one at the beginning of the season to just run it straight through the ground because we're gonna beat the shit out of them. They're probably only gonna last a year or two anyway. So I'll take that one and I'll run it straight into the ground. Every once in a while, I'll run the other one just to have it,
Ready to go.
so it's used to being
Right.
run. But I'll primarily run the one that's been around for a while, and then once that one shits out, I'll just jump on the other one and then use that one and try to balance them out. So chainsaw guys, balance out your chainsaws. Rotate them. Don't just use the same one every single night. Use one night, then use the other one the next night. Rotate them out. Get them all using. Clean them.
Clean 'em.
Holy
Yeah.
Jesus!
Well,
Get rid of that fucking carb shit inside before you start using them at the haunt
Yeah.
night, because that's what's flinging on people. That's what they're saying is burning them. Get rid of all that oil inside. It don't need to be greased. You ain't cutting no damn trees.
No, that's the blade oil.
Yeah, get rid of it. We don't need it.
No.
Wipe it off. I'm getting ready to do that tonight, actually, with my chainsaw.
Yeah.
Go clean that damn thing up before I spray it.
He's been very good with chainsaws. And the 3 years that he ran them, I think we've only gone through 3.
That's
And the
pretty
one
good.
in the first year was one that was already beat up.
Yeah.
Like it was already falling apart.
That's
the
when
following year was the one that I was, like I said, I rotate them through. It was the one that was the most beat up. So I just like, well, fuck it. We're just going to run this shit into the ground until we get
Yeah.
a new one.
So I've been very blessed to have him as a chainsaw guy. Matt, I'm kind of worried about.
I think it'll be okay.
No,
I think
I love
between
Matt.
him and Dom, I think they're going to run
maybe
really
you
good.
should give them like a chainsaw training.
Yeah, I
an
love them
hour.
both to death. I don't think they're getting older, but just I've never seen Matt run one yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Well, he ran out at Scorched Earth.
Yeah, he was the chainsaw
Yeah.
bunny.
Yeah. And I heard he was pretty good out there. So I'm
He was
excited
just-
to see.
They had that 70-foot long run. He'd run that thing all night long.
Yeah.
Just run. I'm like, oh my god.
Wow.
They had that gauntlet.
Yeah, that
You've
gauntlet
seen
at
it.
the end.
That
That
large
gauntlet.
ass gauntlet they have.
No, I actually never made it out there.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
So you come out of the last corner, and it's literally a 70-foot run,
Yeah.
to the
Oh,
end.
wow.
Just straight.
and it's
The bales of hay on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably what, like
They're too tall.
like 8 to 10 feet high, I guess.
They're 12-foot tall.
Or,
'cause
yeah,
they're
12 foot.
They're
Yeah.
6-foot blocks.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
shit.
all the way down, 70 feet straight.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember putting those things up. Because I had forklift experience, and I'm driving a forklift, setting them on the thing, trying to build them all up.
Wow.
And it's a 70-foot run, and he would chase them all the way down that out the thing and halfway to the parking lot, and then come back and do it again, all
Poor
night
guy.
long.
Poor guy. So exhausted.
Matt,
He's got the energy. I'm excited to see him out there and do some stuff. I'm excited in general because I finally get to go through and see people do stuff in the haunt. I've always been stuck in either a room or the chainsaw. So I've never been through the haunt. I've never seen our guys act. I'm excited that I actually get to walk through this year and see everybody.
and that's the one thing that's nice with what I do. I get to see everybody every night do something.
Great.
I'll get to interact with them this year.
Yeah, we'll get to mess around together.
Yeah. Like I'm excited. I'm really excited for that.
Another, like him yelling at me down the hallway all the time. I'm like, yes. We do our little Slipknot thing.
Yeah.
And now it'll get to play in a little more to the Wizzo story where he's kind of against the doctor. So then he can kind of like argue with the doctor,
So
argue
now-
with Jeremiah, argue with
yes.
with Dollface.
to
You
have
know, they can
fun.
actually argue this time. Because
I
Wizzo's going to cause havoc inside the house. He's going to be like, wait a minute.
thought about doing that
I'm
with Jeremiah
allowed.
this year.
Yeah,
Let him cause a little bit of havoc.
I think that'd be good. Get
Cause
a
havoc
couple
amongst
rivalries
myself.
going in the house and see like some new battles. You know,
Get Dollface on our side.
yeah.
I just argue with myself all night long.
Well, I know that because you got that cool old mask. That's amazing piece.
Yeah.
I love
It's
that
just-
thing.
This is fun to contradict people.
Well,
You
you
know
s-
what I'm saying? I'll
Yeah.
tell them one thing and then in another voice tell them something else.
They're like, wait, no, I'm supposed to. Yeah, wait, what? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Yeah, this is too much.
I did that when we did the paranormal with the drag queens.
Yeah.
I'm arguing with. I did the Sammy voice and I do Jeremiah and then and they're all having the conversation. They're like, "There's only one person standing over there," and I'm like, "We're all here. Don't worry about it."
Don't
We're
worry
all
about it.
here.
I'm perfectly sane.
But I was just because it's in the dark and I'm just going back and forth between them. They're like, "There's like 5 people in there." No, it's just me.
So with you being tech, I have a little question about customers. Are we handicap accessible at the haunts? Because I know some haunts aren't at all, like zero whatsoever. Do we have accessibility at either location?
Yes, we do. We actually have an elevator that it works. It just takes a little bit. The door needs a little bit of help to open, but it works fine other than that. And we actually got ADA chairs here this year.
Nice.
Fair Complex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They actually, Jeff bought them. We were playing with it, and it'll hold up to a 400-pound person
Nice.
Wow.
with the chair, and it'll
Yeah.
actually it's got these big metal these big rubber tracks that just crawled up the stairs like this.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
We got it about a week ago.
Nice.
Yeah, we are ADing to play as much as possible.
That brings me much joy because I know this building last year, again, we threw it together in a matter of seconds, so we didn't really have that accessibility. And I know Hellscream has always had that accessibility. Just call ahead, give us a heads up so we can
Yeah.
accommodate and get everything ready. But yeah, that's awesome that we did that at both buildings now.
And then when we're building, we have to take that into account.
Right.
We have to have a certain distance between there
Yeah.
when we're building.
Because
I
the
know there's
minimum
some
wheelchair distance and
tight
stuff.
spots in Hellscream for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple tight spots, but in general, they can get through there with a
Yeah.
wheelchair. With a standard wheelchair, they can get through the entire building.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think there was only one spot, and that was out in the cave system, I think.
Right
That was
when
tight, but they could still get it, but it was like super, super tight.
Yeah.
Right when you get to the part that's right out by the
Yep.
street, that's the only tight part. But other than that, they can get through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know the autopsy room, that's a tight spot too, because I've helped you guys get through that room a couple
Yep.
times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right there where Brittany's at.
Yeah. That's just
Yeah.
because it's a really weird build in there.
Yeah.
Where they have the animatronic placed in there.
Yeah.
But don't worry, that's getting taken care of next season.
Oh, next season.
Oh yeah, we already got plans for next season already.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's plans for like 3 seasons from now.
Well, no, but me.
Realistically, next season is preparing.
Oh
But we have 3 seasons ahead.
yeah, but me and Jesse's we've already set the plans in motion for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, that room's gonna get
Can
totally
do some
redone.
cool stuff, huh?
Yeah, actually, we're gonna move. Brittany's not gonna be in there anymore.
Oh, it's that day.
Oh.
No,
I've,
there's
I've
still,
no one to make out with now.
Well, now you have to move
no, but
areas.
you will
Yeah.
still have an animatronic in there. Don't worry. The one that's in the OR, the one
okay.
that the brain that spits at
Yeah.
water, he's going in there.
For that, the idea that I think I know what you're doing,
You probably were part of it.
that I probably gave him the idea for.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is it?
Oh, we can't tell you. I will tell you off air. We can't.
Yeah.
We can't let
Can't
them
tell
know.
them.
I'll let him know. I don't care.
No,
Yeah.
no. Secrets.
Come see us next season.
For the
Yeah.
for the off season podcast, you might be able to find out what the secret is.
Yeah, come see us next season to see it in
Yeah.
full glory.
Right.
No, literally,
I know.
we've
It-
already discussed it.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
And it all spawned from a stupid ass idea that I seen on TikTok, and I
Fair
was like,
enough.
"Man, this is a great idea." And I was like, "But we could do it better." And then I
did a-
sent it to Jesse, and he was like, "Wait a minute, what if we did this?" And I was like, "But what if we did this and this?" And he's like, "But what if we did this and this?"
And then he brought it to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'll do it.
And he's like, "Wait a minute, let's ask the builder if he could do it first."
Right.
Oh yeah,
Gonna
that's,
get
that's
done.
easy. And then the other one was I did an interview with the Gazette. And they said, so when do you guys start preparing for season? Like in August? I'm like, the season before? They're like, what? I says, we have these whole ideas out in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
They're like, really? I'm like, yeah.
So the season's ending on first weekend of November.
November
We start
4th?
planning the weekend.
No,
the first
no.
weekend of October.
We're already planning for the 2024 season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're always thinking like we start planning for that next year in October versus
No, we haven't gotten into season yet. We're already planning
Yeah.
for next season.
you have to though if you want to stay on top of the game. And I'm saying the game is in haunt
Right.
industry in general. You want fresh ideas, you want new ideas, and if you're taking ideas from 5 years ago and building them now, is it really that fresh, or is it something that somebody thought of was really cool 5 years ago, and 7 more haunts already have that?
The trend thing is crazy because a lot of haunts do whatever the hot trend is currently.
Right.
And it's kind of a half-ass build instead of putting thought into
That's
it.
like when we did the sewer clowns.
Yeah,
That
Yes.
Hellscream, because it was like,
No,
it
the
just
it
came
thing.
out. Yeah.
I remember building that down there. There was a 1-year build, and everybody's, you put all that time into it for one season. I'm like, so what?
yeah,
Yeah.
It happens. I mean, sometimes those rooms aren't exactly what you're looking for.
No.
It's a great idea.
It was
You
a
put it
fill.
in, it works, and then you need to move it. Or like we are very story based over at Hellscream. If it doesn't fit the storyline,
Yeah. Well, and then
Should
people,
we move it out of there? Yeah.
like people
You
that
know.
were building here, I put all this time and effort in this room, and you're just gonna tear it out without any consideration for my feelings about how we need to change it up,
Yeah.
and I'm all about that. So tear out my room. I'm good. I can build another one.
Right.
For sure. Well, I think that's
That was a long
wrap.
show.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
A
Well,
lot of fun.
Thanks for doing this show.
Yeah. Thanks
Oh,
for coming on and
yeah.
talking with us.
Anytime
and
you
hanging
want,
out.
I will be available for you guys.
Yeah, for
This
sure.
is actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think we're going to have people on at least like 2 or 3 times through the season, through the off season. We're going
Yeah.
to try to keep
Awesome.
this up as much as
I am-
possible. And
We're shooting for like 2 episodes a week. I
Yeah.
think. is
I'm
what we're
honored to
shooting
be
for.
on the show. How about that?
Yeah.
I watched the first 2 and enjoyed both of them tremendously.
thank you.
Yeah,
It
thank
means
you.
a lot. We're
Thank
just trying to have some fun and
Yeah.
bullshit with
It's
people.
been a
and
learning experience.
Yeah.
I'm a rookie over here.
some people might
with
learn some
editing.
stuff about haunting. Some people might just think that we're a bunch of idiots talking on a table. You know,
Hey,
whatever.
That's
But it's-
okay.
But that's what it is. No.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's a bunch of good friends hanging out, having a good
Exactly.
time about hunting.
Right.
That's what it's
Exactly.
about.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you.
You're very
Well, thank you
welcome.
for coming on and
Yeah.
see you all guys next time.
Yeah.